All right. We are back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. And in this show, we're talking about 8 subtle ways women disrespect you. Okay, so the thing is, you know, there are times where you're dealing with a girl and she'll disrespect you, but it's very blatant. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's say she'll you know, curse you out and say you got a little dick or some stupid shit like that or whatever. You know, just being disrespectful, and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But there are times where, you know, a chick, she'll disrespect you, but it's like low key. You understand? You don't, sometimes you don't even notice it or recognize it, but it's actually disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so what we're going to talk about, you know, 8 subtle ways that women, you know, will disrespect you. And, you know, you got to look out for these things, because once these things happen, you still want to check her. You still want to be able to, you know, let her know, like, yo, this ain't cool, man. We ain't doing that. We ain't going down that route. You feel what I mean? You got to let her know what's popping with the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go 1 through 8, and then, you know, this is in no order of importance. We just going 1 through 8. We gonna go into it and get into it, right? So now the first one we have here is, you know, a subtle way that women disrespect you is making fun of something that you take seriously. Okay? Making fun of something that you take seriously, right? And so a lot of times this could also be like, let's say, for example, she may make fun of, like, you know, your career or your passion, or, you know, things that you have a drive with. You're like, this is my shit. You feel what I'm saying? And she'll sort of make fun of it or downplay it, you know, and try to make it seem like it's nothing. So, like, for example, Miles, he's a photographer, right? So
Right.
a chick, she'll disrespect him by saying some shit like, oh, like, they pay you to take photos at weddings? Like, for what? They can just, like, you know, use somebody with their iPhone. Like, what's the point of them having you there? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And, like, chicks will say fucking goofy shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times they'll be doing it and they know it's disrespectful, and they'll try to make it sound like they're joking. You understand? Like, a lot of times, like, and
Right.
a lot of times you'll call them on it and they'll be like, oh, you know, I'm just joking. I'm not serious, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, they knew what they were doing. You understand? They're trying to
Right.
bring you down by saying those things, because a lot of times what happens is this: when chicks see that you're doing big things or doing a lot of good things, sometimes they start to get a little bit insecure, because they think, oh, damn, like, you know, this guy is so on point, and maybe he might end up wanting to, like, get a better chick, or he may,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So they low key disrespect you on this shit. You know what I mean? They try to you know, act like, you know, what you're doing is insignificant, or what you take seriously is stupid, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a way to sort of, like, you know, keep you feeling not so good about what you're doing and what you're about. You understand? And it could be anything. It could be anything else. You could say, let's say, for example, you're the type of dude who likes to fast sometimes or whatever. So you know, you might not eat a certain thing, or might not eat for a few days or whatever, and drink some water or whatever.
Right.
And she'll be like, oh, what's the point of that? Like, that's ridiculous. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, like, and you're looking at her like, yo, like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? You know what I mean? But it's like, again, she'll make fun of something, or she'll try to downplay some shit that you take seriously. You see what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, you got to be very, very, you know, aware that that type of shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, because I was with this chick, and, you know, she did that to me, you know, a few times, where she was on some, oh, you know, you call yourself a coach and you tell these guys this and that and this and that. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So she would try to, like, downplay the shit that I was saying, or, you know, say some of the stuff that I was saying was stupid or didn't make sense, and I'm just like, oh my Jesus. So, you know, I ain't fucking with that chick no more, but I'm just saying, that shit happens. You see what I mean?
Right.
That type of shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But Miles, what you think about all that shit?
No, I was gonna say I've experienced that I've experienced that a few times in my lifetime, and it's something very serious, and it is something that you as a man you have to be very well aware of. You understand? Because the thing is, when you're a man who have a when you have a purpose, right, and you have a woman in your life who, you know, and I'm not talking about a chick you fucking or a chick or a fuck buddy or some chick that you're just dating. But you know, it's when you have a chick that like you're trying to vet her, or you know you want her to be somebody important or significant in your life,
right?
And she doesn't take seriously what you do. It's the worst fucking thing, because she's literally shitting on your purpose. She's shitting on the reason why you're alive.
Facts.
You understand? She's basically spitting on your grave before you're dead. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been in situations where I've you know, before I even understood certain things about my purpose and about, you know, life.
Right.
I used to try to have debates and arguments with chicks about, you know, us doing a certain thing. Like I would do shit like, hey, you know, I would say, oh, would it be okay if we did a photo shoot in the living room?
Mm-hmm.
And then the chick would say no.
Right.
And I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, no, hell no. And you ain't bringing no dirty ass models into my house, and you ain't doing. And she had all this negative shit to say.
Right.
And it could have been a photo shoot for anything. Like, it didn't have to be models, or it could have been a photo shoot for any, like somebody want to do a professional headshot, whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is that I brought that idea to her, and instead of even, you know, discussing it with me, it was an automatic dismissal of my idea.
Right.
You understand? And that is a super duper red flag. You understand? There's no you know, there's no way to rectify that. You understand? If you're dealing with a woman and she has no, not only does she make fun of what you do, but she actually has negativity towards it, or she doesn't even take it seriously enough to discuss it with you to the point where y'all could come to some type of, you know, understanding or compromise or whatever. You can't. There's no way you can continue that situation. No way whatsoever.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You either she has to figure something. You have to really bring it to her attention and check her on it, or you have to get rid of the chick. Like, that you have to check that situation. There's no fucking way for you to move forward in a situation like that, because if she doesn't respect your purpose, she doesn't respect the reason you are alive. She doesn't respect the life. Do you understand?
Right.
Because you know, a lot of chicks, you know, you have to remember that a lot of chicks deal with things on a superficial status type of level, right? Where if a guy says that he's studying to be a doctor, oh yeah, she'll do whatever she got to do. She'll fucking, you know, stay up late with him and make him coffee so he can stay up late and study. Or if he says he wants to be a lawyer, she'll fucking, you know, go to the library and get the books for him, or buy him a briefcase or whatever it is. Or you understand what I'm saying? Or, you know, or if he says he's studying, he's trying to be an athlete, so he's working out, like, she'll fucking make his protein shakes for him and all this type of shit. But if you say, hey, it's my purpose to be a YouTube star, it's my purpose to be a dating coach, it's my purpose to be something that, because a lot of times our dreams are not readily, visibly successful. Do you understand?
Right.
There may not be a status associated with our dreams. A lot of times as men, we come up with totally new and innovative ideas that other people can't see they can't see the importance of it just yet. They can't see the possibility for success right away. You understand? So if you have a woman that doesn't respect you, she won't support your idea. You understand?
Right. Exactly.
Now listen to me. Here's what I'm saying is, like, if you have an idea that's totally brand new, the reason why you need a woman that supports you is that even if she doesn't consider the idea to be something that can be successful or that has potential, because she has respect for you, she still will support your idea. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
In the back of her mind, she might be talking to her fucking family and friends saying, this nigga, I don't know what he doing. You understand?
Right.
But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, she says, but I love him, and whatever he needs from me, he's going to get, because if he feels strongly about it, then I have to support that if I'm his woman. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you doing your YouTube videos and you doing this and you doing that, she comes and brings you water. She comes in and makes sure you're okay. You and shit like that. She or like, for example, the chick that I'm with now, she's always like, hey, remember you got your podcast on Sunday. Remember you got to do the Bad Boy Show. We're because we're in right now because of quarantine and we're actually in a different time zone. Right. So she reminds me, hey, remember. If you're doing your show at 12, then you got to do it. We got to start at 11, and so on and so forth. Do you understand? And if I'm in one part of the house, she makes sure she keeps everything quiet on the other side of the house. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because she may not understand or agree with the content, and she don't know why people are subscribing to. She don't even know what Patreon is. Do you understand?
Right.
But if I'm a man that's fulfilling my purpose and you're my woman, you have to support it, even if you don't understand it. It's just like with faith in God. Like as a devout Christian or a God-fearing Christian, you may not understand God's plan, right?
Right.
But you get on your fucking knees and you pray to him. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know why God made coronavirus and why this and why that, but you make sure you fucking you follow the 10 commandments and you pray to God, don't you? Right? It's the same type of thing. And that's why you have to demand a certain level of respect from the woman that you're with, because a lot of times, not everybody's trying to be a doctor, lawyer, or athlete. You understand? Everything is not glamorous, but your purpose is your purpose. And if she doesn't support that, then she doesn't support the reason that you're alive.
Right. Nah, that's real talk. That's real shit. So now the next thing that we have on this list, about a subtle way that women disrespect you. Right. And this is something, real slick that, you probably wouldn't catch it, or really think about it too much. But the second one is